we got to play?
Scarabya.
So we were on an adventure to find all the artifacts in our dig site. However, we do across some natural obstacles. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell, because board games are amazing, and that's what we do here at Legends of Nirvana. Robert, can you tell us a little bit more about this game?
Sure. So this is an older game. It came out in 2018. Overall rank is 3,933. Rated is 6.5, so not that high. Plays 1 to 4 people in 15 to 20 minutes, which is very true for ages 8 and up. Also accurate. Designed by Bruno Cathala, Ludovic Maublanc. Art by Sylvain Aublin. Published by Blue Orange Games. I couldn't find the actual MSRP for this, but I did find it on sale on multiple websites. The cheapest at Noble Knight had it for $9. Amazon had it for $18.88, and Boardtopia had it for $20.98.
Okay, so this game. So why did we choose to play this game?
Because it's quick.
Well, it was on the shelf, and I saw that it was 15 to 20 minutes.
And then there was another reason.
Well,
Randy said we needed to get some reviews done.
Yes.
So that played it into it as well.
And I will say that if it was 15, 20 minutes, the rules couldn't be long, and I was the one that was going to have to read the rules. So there was...
That was her choice. I would have read them, but she didn't give me an option. So.
I was like, here's the rules. No one was grabbing them, okay? So
I did the hard work of finding the video to clarify the rules, though.
Okay, that is true. That is true. So that's why we ended up playing this game. And I'm not actually that mad about it. So let's talk about it. So quality of components.
It's cardboard with some really cool little plastic mountains.
The chits are chits, and the cards are okay. So nothing to write home about. I would say Catan level. I mean,
yeah,
5.
because of these. Yeah, 5.
Yeah, 5. Theme wise,
yes.
I like the theme. I think it's
There's
cute.
no theme.
I mean, I like the art. It's very pretty. Like, look on the little...
It's not pretty.
Look, you've got your little diving machine. Oh, I'm underwater.
It's aight. It's aight.
Dude, yours is you're going in the snow. I'm going underwater. There's people that are in the sand. Oh, now I understand the colors are way better now. And some people are doing the forests.
I knew that already.
I didn't pay attention.
Okay.
I think the theme's fine. It's cute. It's there. It exists.
The theme is your excavators, and you're finding these different areas and trying to create these little enclosures, and you get victory points based off of sizes 4 or smaller with scarabs. That's all there is to it. And the mechanics, you're playing polyominoes to make these little enclosures. That's it.
Well,
I mean,
but it's a 15, 20-minute game.
That doesn't mean that it doesn't have to ooze theme. This doesn't.
Well, I mean, I'm not going ooze and theme. I think it's cute.
She likes the cute. I think it's non-existent. What would you score?
I would say probably a 6.
I mean, I don't want to take away from the overall fact that I thought it was a decent game, but theme 4.5.
Okay, less than Catan?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So let's move on to Rulebook. It was actually a really easy read. 2 pages, multiple languages.
It's pretty.
It
matches the box.
Yeah,
cover.
it's actually a little booklet. There are some examples.
Mostly text with some pictures, but
yeah.
But again,
we did have to get one clarification.
We did have to get the video.
Your whole thing, your board is the archaeological site. And that was one thing that they didn't define, that I was a little confused with some of the verbiage. So that was one. And then because it says if you can play a tile in your archaeological site, you must. And I was, for the life of me, was trying to figure out, what are you talking, where do I have to play it? Right. You just have to play it if you can.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
if you can play the tile, you have to play
it. Okay? And so that was the thing. Think the only other it seemed really simple. We didn't know if we were missing anything. We watched.
I think that was it. I think it was just so simple that we were like overthinking it.
I know, that's what we were. We were like, maybe I'm doing something wrong. But I think it was fine. The only clarification is they should have defined what archaeological site was. So for that, I'll give it an 8. I think it was fine.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So moving on to the gameplay. So I'm going to flip over. So first things first, we have to have matching boards. Okay. So even though they're different colors, they're in the holes are in the same locations and things like that. So everyone's on kind of equal footing when they play. Although I'm underwater, you're in the frozen tundra. I feel like I'm better off than you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just think that it's not a critique, but it'd have been more interesting if the scarabs were more random. Now, I get that where the location of the holes are going to be the same for everybody because as a starting player, she would have decided how these tiles are placed. But it would have been really cool if the scarabs themselves would have been in different locations to make it a little bit more
so you
asynchronous.
could force them. Yeah,
Well,
I can see that.
And then the fact that if you have two really like-minded people, they could potentially score the exact same amount of points if they place their tiles exactly the same way.
Yeah, so I could see where that could be problematic if you have, yeah. So
That didn't happen with
agree.
us because I'm not as smart as Miranda, but it's possible.
Well, yeah, but because you get the same card. So everyone plays the same tile. So for example, you flip over a card, you have to play this tile out. Now, the goal is you do not want to cover the scarabs. However, you do want to enclose spaces of 4 or less.
And the very first space has to be within the 4 squares of the very center of the board.
Yeah. So I was able to place this Z where I did not actually cover any scarabs, which is fantastic.
And so, yeah, so the goal being you don't want to cover up scarabs. And that way you can score, hopefully, by making enclosures of 4 or less spaces.
Yeah, so, and then the scoring is a little bit, I'm trying to get one here so we can give an example.
Like this. This would work for me.
Okay.
Because the only other rule is that the tile you have to place next has to touch a previous tile placed. And by touch, it literally has to be on the side. It has to be adjacent. It cannot be diagonal.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so in this space here, I was able to enclose 1 scarab. Because it's 1 scarab in 1 space, it's a victory point. If that space was 4 spaces with 1 scarab, it would have been worth 4 points. So the goal is to try and get as many scarabs and have a space of 4 spaces so that each scarab is worth 4 points. So potentially you could score up to 16 points, but there's nowhere on your board that's got 4 right next to each other. So at most you could score is 12. Now I did get that a couple of different times where I was able to get 3 scarabs within a 4 space enclosure.
Wow, I'm impressed. I couldn't do it. I only had 2 with 4.
I still lost though, so it doesn't matter.
So for example, I did this again. So this scarab, because it's in a 3, is worth 3. This one is only by itself, so it's 1.
And you use the tokens to keep track of your points.
Now
and then if you do run out, it recommends that you have to then start going to combinations of tokens. So if you run out of 4s, you have to use 3s and 1s or 2 2s, things like that.
Yeah, and I just put them on the scarab of how much points they were, and it helped me make sure that I got the points for them.
Absolutely. Scoring was at the end of the game was easy.
Yeah, that's the way I would do it. Overall, I liked it. I thought it was cute. So
again, another filler game for sure. It's very light, but very quick, which is again a huge bonus for me.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you could just knock it out super quick.
But yet, it's still fun enough.
Yeah, it's a good puzzle. That's all it is a puzzle.
Yes, and I liked it. This has a nice sweet spot. Like, I could see actually pulling this out being like, oh, I just want something quick, but I want a little puzzler. I'd grab this. Score it, though. Gameplay. What's your score?
I think I would give it, because I enjoyed it, 6.5.
Because of the enjoyment factor, I'm actually going to give it a 7.
Okay.
But I also really love polyominoes.
Yes.
They're my jam.
You eat jam made out of polyominoes?
I mean, if they made that, I would.
Okay.
No, but I can really get behind this. It's short, sweet. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of fun. Really easy to teach after learning the rules. So this, I'm hoping to, in fact, I'm actually going to show this to my family because I think...
I definitely think that your sister would like it a lot.
My sister, my mom, I think this could be
it could be a hit.
It could be a hit. This could go around for a little while.
As long as they don't try and make up rules to make it last longer or worth more points or something silly like that, like they like to do.
I don't see that happening. But, Overall, it's cute. Definitely. I'm glad that we ended up grabbing this, even though it was kind of a what's a quick game. I'm actually very glad that we ended up pulling this up now that I know that it exists. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you so much for joining us. We had an absolute blast, and hopefully you'll come hang out with us again. Catch you guys later. Bye.